First thing first, I have mesh. I cut it up, you see. Just measure however puffy, small you want your little tutus to come out. You know, I'm working with what I have in my storage, in my craft room, so to speak. And I have this mesh for a long, it's been sitting in the cubby for a long time. So what I did, I cut it and I fold it. But I stretch it. I take it from one end to another and give it a good stretch, you see? It just helps it open it up, so to speak. And I want to make sure that this is the height I want. Pipe cleaners. I'm going to put it right in the middle. Give it a good twist. And you're going to do a couple of those. Don't just go do one by one. Do one, glue it, do one, glue it. No, you do them all at one time. And there you have the base to glue that mesh on that black kitty cat I painted from Dollar Tree. Again, you're going to do a whole bunch. So, there you go. The gluing process starts. There you see, I did a lot. Just to make sure I don't have to go back in. Because my hands already are hurting. Between renovating my kitchen and doing these projects and moving my craft room to one room to another. So all you're doing is just gluing. There you go. Keep it right down that floor. This project took me forever because I kept adding on stuff to it. It was like I wasn't satisfied with it. You see? That's it. And you're only going to do one line. That's it. You're not going to do that one strip and then go to the back and do... No. Then it will overtake the cat. And I got burned a couple of times. And that is one hot glue gun. It goes 60 watts to 100 watts. My fingers are all burned up. Make sure you cut off that pipe, the pipe cleaners. You want a flat surface. You see, that's why I don't videotape myself. You see how concentrated I look, mouth wide open. I concentrate. Look at that. Some of these crafters' faces all made up, and Nora ain't got time for that to look cute. Put on the makeup and the lipstick and then go on camera. I can't do that. That's why I don't videotape myself doing these things. You see? We got a hot ass black cat. That's what we have here. And again, I can't just adding on. I don't know what was... It took me forever to do this. But at the end of it, I was very pleased with it. Very pleased with it. I am doing one more Halloween craft because I have a little bit more ribbon there, and I'm trying to use, because I'm trying not to take anything to storage, any of the arts and craft. So next year or at the end of Halloween, I can buy new stuff. That's when I get 90% off. Because that's what I usually do. That's what I do. Not usually. That's what I do. I wait to the end, until the holiday, Halloween is over. A week later, all that is going on sale. And that's when I rack up. But believe it or not, I hadn't bought a lot of stuff for Halloween because Halloween is not my thing to do. But when you are a decorator or a DIY person, you have to be able to do all. And not to say that I didn't know how to do it. It was just not my thing. But I really enjoyed it. I really did. This is the most I've ever done for Halloween. I call it my 2022 collection. But this last one I'm doing big. Everything I got in there is going in that one last project. There you go. And then you make sure you look in between and make sure that one spot is not more than the other. You add on another piece. You see, I missed a spot there. You can see a bald spot, so to speak. And it's so mind relaxing for me anyway. It's even better when I don't have to videotape myself and I'm just doing it just to relax. That's when I really enjoy it. That's why some of the projects people ask me, do you have a tutorial? No, this one was made out of pure wusa moment, aromatherapy moment. No video, no uploading, no nothing. Just me in my comfort zone. That's it. And you make sure you hold on and let that dry up really good before you let go. Because once you start to glue it, each piece together, like side by side, like real close, it'll start to be the pressure and then it'll just lift it up. I was going to do something else because I had bought the Halloween trees and I still haven't done anything. I just can't get myself into, I don't know, if it is black and orange. No, I haven't really gotten into that tree. So I'm going to see. Like I said, this last project, it has to be something big so I can use everything I have there. There you go. When you see me doing my fingers like that, the glue is stuck to my fingers. And you don't have to be basic. You can be like extravagant. How much can it hurt? You know? Be extra. So, I had to be extra. And I had to put a hat on it. I was undecisive whether I wanted to paint it orange or black. You see what I did. Nothing is set in stone when I'm doing all this. I have to really look when I put it. I could say, okay, I'm going to color orange, and when I put it up, it's not giving me that vibe I'm looking for. And I go a lot on vibes. And that side of the wall, all those cubbies is full of arts and craft, different things. Because I get everything at such a cheap price. Why not buy extra? Hey, what the hell? And I think I forgot I had the camera on. Because I'm taking too long to come back. So it's dried. Look how cute. Tell me she's not a sassy cat. So I'm trying to figure out what angle I want it. Yes, and it took me forever to finally decide where I want to put it. Like, you know, I suggest for anybody that's doing something like this, put everything in place. Do the mesh, do the hat, then you decorate the hat from there. Because you're gonna decorate the hat without having it on the cat, and sometimes it becomes too much and you have to take off, or too little you gotta add on, and you don't want to add pressure. Even though it's wood, it's like a flimsy wood. I need to put something in the collar to identify the bottom part to the neck part, you know. So, again, undecisive. I didn't like the way it was like orangey. It needed something to pop. So, I painted that part black. You know, with me, it has to look right. If I look at it and that first instinct is good, it's good. But if I look at it and I'm like, I'm doubting my, okay, no, I have to do something else to it. Just being very careful. Okay, 06. Just make it to the RP. That's all I'm doing. Are you gonna be there, sir? That's affirmative, son. Out. We're just painting some of the spots on the cat. He's here. Yes, sir. I suggest we place him here. It's open ground near the town of Hot. Alongside the safe. Here you go. Okay, it's ribbon part. Ribbon time, so to speak. Because this is a small project, this size ribbon is too big. So what I did is I cut the edges and then I cut it in the middle. Depending on the size of the project, is what the size of the ribbon I want. And again, this is for the hat. No, this is for the mesh where the tutu is at. I want to make a ribbon. I did the ribbon is on, but I wasn't too happy with it, but I wasn't going to take it out. It was going to stay right there. And if you use your reference, you see the piece I'm cutting, which is the wire part, I'll put it to the side. It works as the zip tie. Well, not, you know. And again, I have no special way of doing ribbon. I do not know how to do ribbon. I've seen these beautiful ribbons, bows. I'd be amazed. But I just can't do them for some reason. You see, I'm playing with it. I can't wait till I start doing Thanksgiving decor. I have a whole lot of stuff here. A whole lot of autumn flowers. See, I'm tying that bow with those same little wires that I cut from the side of the ribbon. I have a whole lot. And again, no specific way of doing these ribbons. I even hate videotaping myself, but I like to show it. So let people know I do not know how to do ribbon. And if you don't know how to do ribbon, I'm with you. But I do want to learn how to make these extravagant bowls. That's for sure. And you'll see me play with it a couple of times. Again, these little ties from the bow, from the ribbon. And I did a bow. And there you go. Actually, I like the way the ribbon came out, but it's just I put too much. I don't know if I put too much. We'll see. Hold on to it. This is the longest video I've ever made. Again, I kept just adding stuff on top of, I'm gonna go out with a bang. Look how cute. So I decided here I want to darken the pumpkin a little bit. So I added, the paint brush was a little dry from the black paint, so I just went over the sides of it. See? You can't really see it, but it shows. I do voiceover on the videos, and that is because while I'm doing this, I'm watching TV. And sometimes I tend to talk too much, or I just didn't like what I said, rather. There you have it. You see? Oh, you can't really tell. The light over. Yeah, ain't this thinking cute? I'm not feeling it. The black rim, because the black it's like all together, and I want to define the hat. I'm just adding a little. These I got from Dollar Tree, from the black flowers. When I buy something like, okay, suppose if I buy a thing of flowers from Dollar Tree, I literally take it apart, not the flower itself, but everything, the stem, the flower, it had leaves. I dismantle it, put it that way. And all I'm doing is just sticking it to the side. That's all I'm doing. And those again came from the black flower. You see? Ain't these cute? These are Halloween balls. So I'm going to put that as, here you go. Everything is always falling. And that's all I'm doing, and just sticking them to the side. I'm gluing this. I have to stop being sloppy, because when I'm doing all this, you see how all the ribbon, I should have put the ribbon away before I started doing, just to clear up the table. But everything is good if I situated everything so. You know, it doesn't have to be black balls. It's whatever you have. It could be a spider. It could be a bat. I do with what I have here. Look at that. I'm so loving this. At first I was going to put it like on a stand, so it could be on a mantle or something, but I wasn't feeling that. I felt like the cat alone was not making a statement. So, and anytime you're gluing anything with glitter, you have to hold on to it. Hold on to the part that you're gluing that specific item with glitter. Just for future reference. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If this is the first time you've seen this, subscribe. Okay, I did it again. I'm sorry. I painted the hat. Shoot me if you want. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. So, I wanted that pop. With the orange and black, I wasn't feeling it. You couldn't tell which one was the face and which one was the rim of the hat because they were both black. I used this paint I bought from Dollar Tree, God knows how long. You know, I buy stuff and I just put it away. Half the time I don't even know what I have, so I put it away. Sometimes I have 20 of it because I didn't know I had the first 10. So that's a piece of wood I dismantled, this piece I had, and fortunate for me I could do a couple of projects from that one thing I dismantled. So I am painting it the same color. When I originally started the cat that I wanted to do something else, that's when I used dash, you see, it's painted black, and I didn't want to use that because it looked too busy. I don't know why I used that small brush, but I did change to a big brush. This is the most I ever take myself painting because I don't think I need to show myself. And we all know how to paint. Okay. I'm just explaining that. Look how, you see? Do you see this? You can't tell the eyes, but I have something for it. Don't worry. So yes, I'm gonna glitter that hat. Everything pretty has to have glitter. And this is Martha Stewart glitter. This was like one of the first items I ordered when I started really going into the YouTube videos. What is a girl without glitter? And these are very fine. This is very fine glitter. It's a collection of it. I bought about more than 5 years ago. It's because I have so much stuff. And when I see something on sale, I buy it. That's my pet peeve. Buying stuff 90% off, 75 clearance. That's all I do. I don't buy anything full price. So of course, now look at this. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Do that part too. So I went and I did the pumpkin also. And that glitter I bought from Dollar Tree. I was even surprised I had it. Look at that. I won't do the black part of the pumpkin because that's part of the cat. So that means I will have to do the cat also. And I just didn't want to. That would be too much. So what I'm going to add is these little wood box in the back so I can elevate the cat. I don't want it flat down on the wood surface. I want elevation. That's what I'm looking for. And the video seems like forever I'm doing one. I did this so quick, but I'm looking at the video, I'm like, it's taking me so long to just put these three wood boxes. I don't understand. It makes it just stand out. Now make sure before you glue this down and make it permanent that it's leveled correctly, because you can't go back. Because this wood on the cat is very flimsy wood, so if you're pulling it after you glued it, it's going to tear it apart. Just hold on to it a little bit. I feel when you elevate it, it gives it a whole different look to it. It's supposed to be flat. You tell me if this ain't stinking cute. I could go on forever doing this. Real quick, I did the ribbon, nothing specific, little bow. And then I did the eyes. I had googly eyes, and I put that, and I put a piece of thick white cardboard paper in the back to let it stand up. I'm not really sure what I want to do with the nose, but it could stay like that for all I care. Because you can't really see the eyes. So I got these. These are Halloween signs. I don't even remember where I bought it at, which Dollar Tree. So it has spooky, haunted, and beware. So I'm going to use one of them. You see, haunted. I was so excited that I found them. Not found them in the store, but found them in where I have all my signs up. You see? But I feel like I still need something on it. Like a background to it. Look how nice. Beware. So I'm trying to figure out what can I put in the back of this wood board. That is all I'm figuring out. What am I going to do? It looks nice, but I feel like it needs to look bigger. Not the cat or the design, because I'm finished with it, but the backdrop to it, so to speak. I'm trying to see, do I want it painted black? Keep it like that, figuring out what I want to do. But like I said, I know it needs like a little bow on top, because to define it, to find which one is the head piece and which is what the bottom piece. You see, because they look like a fat cat without a neck. You see? So I have these little things also from Dollar Tree. Make a little bow perhaps and put it right there. So there you go. I made a bow. And that was it. Now it defines the head from the bottom. It gives the definition, so to speak. Okay, now back to the thinking board. So I glued the beware and put a spider right at the side. But again, this is a voiceover, and I did something different to it. I still felt like it needed like a back piece to it. So I'm just going to strain this up a little bit. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I got these. I've been wanting to do something with these for a long time. And I finally found the perfect project for it. There you go. I love it. You might be wondering, why was a lot of stuff away? I do. You know, unfortunate with Dollar Tree, one day is there and one day is not. So if you find something that you know you could do something, and I'm not talking at the moment, for future reference, because it may not be there when you want it. Because again, with Dollar Tree, one day is there and one day is not. It may be there one day and it's going to be a long time before it comes back out. And these pieces right here, metal pieces, only come out during the summertime for gardening. So I put some zip tie on them, and I drilled them in the back to give it more of a support. Look at that. Doesn't that make a statement right there? That's a statement. But what I should have done before I dressed up the cat, or put the cat in, glue the cat on the piece of wood, I should have drilled it to this piece. But you live and you learn, you know. It's all at the moment. That's what I should have done. I should have drilled it first and then added on the cat to the wood part. But you see, I go on impulse. If I finish a project, I say, oh, it could use something else, and of course, something else goes on. I got my drill gun, and people, that's the best thing to have. I have a drill gun. I have a nail gun. I have a saw. I have 2 saws, electrical. I have a sander. You see, this is when I said I should have drilled this piece on first, but I didn't know. I wasn't thinking. I'm just going on impulse. I'm like, nah, okay, this needs something else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm making a mark, and I'm gonna drill in with a screw the zip tie to the wood. And this is the part you're not seeing because I don't want to put pressure to the cat. I just want to make it right.
And Mom, and the bill payer, baker, and my reader. That's a lot. So having and student might feel daunting. But what if a school could be there for all of you? Career,
1 second.
Family,
The TV just went on.
and mental health.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I drilled it in already. So, you see? So now I have this piece. The metal part. That's why I say I kept adding on and adding on. So let's see what we can do with this piece here. Because we just can't, because Nora just can't put the skeleton there without being dressed up. Of course I gotta dress it up. It needs a hat, a bow, and I have these little hats. Hey, look at that. These are from Dollar Tree also. But I want to put the skeleton not on the metal part directly. So I took this mason jar lid and just wrapped rope, nautical rope around. That's it. That's all I did. See, I needed a little sturdiness to it. It was all flingy, flingy. So I have these pieces cut up already. I got these pieces. So I'm gonna cut this because I don't need a witch hat. I need something flat. But I ended up doing something else because I didn't like the way it was turning out to be. So I took the pipe cleaners out. Okay, I didn't like the way it was turning out. It wasn't giving me that Mad Hatter feel. So I took ribbon and I just wrapped it around. Give it like a real tall look. That's all I did. You're gonna glue it from the edge of the, not the, where it ends, where it's the hat to the rim, that edge. So it's gonna give me a tall look. Okay, I'm just finishing up this hat. I'm just holding on to make sure that it, it dries up on the pipe cleaners. And I'm gonna glue this, add glue all the way to the top. Just very lightly, you don't need all that gold. And I just did the ribbons the same way I do every ribbon. I cut them very small, very thin. And the good thing with having the wire on top, it is not going to bend. It's going to stay straight up. See, when you are looking for a specific kind of hat, and sometimes it's very difficult to find them, you have to make it yourself. I don't make like these are the ribbons. These are flowers I have also that I looked into another cubby. There's no specific way I do my the ribbons or the bows. And that's it. I may take off a little. I'm just adding on to see how I like it full. I have to take less. Take off some. Okay, my phone went dead and I needed to finish this project that was taking me a couple of days. So I just added the flowers onto the hat. As you can see, I did the little stems. I did these pumpkins from these Halloween balls. And I just painted them. I did a big bow in the middle with the flower. That was it. I had that purple flower to it. Oh, and I put the sign up. I put a wood plank. I painted it purple. I put beware. And I did the bottom haunted. Take into consideration, you see this wood piece here. I took apart something I had, so that's why it looks like that. It doesn't take focus away from the cat. And the pictures is not doing any justice to this piece here. It's a long piece, and I don't have like a studio setup, which is what I'll be working on now. But it is what it is. Guys, thank you for subscribing and watching. Until our next video.